Peace, YTBC. This is Get This Smoke. Here to address, hopefully for the last time, this debate that I had with Zone 6 over the legacy of Rocky Marciano versus Jack Johnson and its fallout. Some more atypical behavior from your boy. But apparently this is what I need to do in order to, clear the record, the official record, going on other people's pages, other people's platforms, and their little sub-communities, groups, cliques, meetings of mutual admiration society that they got going on. I get a text from Zone 6 telling me to hop on to his panel. I go over there to talk about, the debate, do the autopsy on it, do the aftermath. Already said it's the dead zone and they want to do an autopsy, fine. During which they started to try to fucking gaslight me and bully me. By they, I mean Jedi and Boxologist and Zone and whatever. Who else? Oh, Toney Reviews. Oh, yeah, I guess he's trying to... I don't know what's going on with my man. But yeah, shout out to you. Making noise out here in these YouTube streets. Or YTBC streets, I should say. They started talking about how resume was part of it. It's on the community page, how I'm a liar, and I just lost and all this stuff. So let me just make it abundantly clear what just happened, right? I got challenged by Zone 6. I'm going to give you some facts first, and then I'm going to give you some context behind the facts, right? So the fact is, I got challenged by Zone 6 for my title at the Roundtable debate. Roundtable is a community of boxing enthusiasts that like to chop it up and keep a really, for the most part, I find it to be a really stimulating conversation about boxing, right? Right up my alley. Reason why I'm here, really. So, I accept the challenge. It was the Friday before last, right? And we just had a debate on Saturday. Now, throughout the week, was doing promos for it. And, to me, it was very obvious that Rocky Marciano had the better resume. And yet, Zone 6 was very confident. So, I was thinking to myself, how is this guy so confident? It's like, okay, he must be trying to sneak in the color champion stuff. I was like, no, I told him about this being a Juneteenth argument. That's not going to work. Because, I wasn't really reluctant. I was reticent to take Rocky Marciano over Jack Johnson, right? If there was going to be a conversation about who had the better resume, everybody, I'm pretty sure Zone knew that I wasn't going to take that debate. So he couched it as a conversation about legacy. It's like, okay, cool. But I was like, well, he's probably going to try to make this a conversation about who has the best resume. So what I'm going to do, whenever he tries to do that, I'm going to give examples how that's a fallacy, right? And why is it a fallacy? Because the person who has the best resume doesn't mean you have the best legacy. So I was going to make sure he didn't try to smuggle in that who has the best resume conversation into the best resume into the who has the best legacy conversation, right? So anyway, that was my strategy. I had all kinds of examples. I was going to keep going on. But I didn't know how it was going to actually work out, right? I didn't know what the format's going to be. All we talked about was it was a 3-hour block between 3 o'clock my time and 6 o'clock, right? Who the judges were and what the subject was going to be. That's all we talked about when it comes to format. So I got there early and I was like, you know what? What's up with the format? he said, I'll tell you when all the judges come, because some of the judges were even later than I was. I was like 4 or 5 minutes late. Some judges were like 10 minutes late, came in 10 minutes after me, and it was just dead in there. So I was like, hey, what's going on? Might as well talk about some of the stuff. But no, he didn't want to talk about it. And then he said what he's going to do is just launch into his thing, and then I can do whatever the hell I wanted. Right? That's what he said. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm not like his. I haven't gone back, and honestly, I haven't gone back to listen to the debate to like chop up whatever the whole thing. This is just off of my memory, and my initial, not just my initial, but my up-to-date reactions, like without going back and listening to either the live that was yesterday or the one that was, or the debate, or the one that was done the day after. But I don't fucking know. It's all like coming together as a blur now, and you'll find out why in a second. So anyway, so he goes into his thing about best resumes. I do my rebuttal about, whatever resumes on thing, and keep banging on legacy. And then he starts going into history, another thing I figured he'd be doing. And so it talks about the difference between a resume, a legacy, and a history, right? That was just, I started breaking this shit down so we could just have the legacy debate, right? Because that's where Rocky Marciano, that's A, what the debate's supposed to be about, and B, that's where Rocky Marciano outshines Jack Johnson. So him trying to, put in some tangential things about Jack Johnson's legacy, I wasn't going to let that go into the record or into the judges' minds without at least being challenged by me, right? I don't know if my challenge was going to be heard by the judges. I didn't know if it was going to work with the judges. But I was going to keep banging on that shit for 3 hours and keep refocusing it back to the conversation, the debate we're supposed to be having, not the one that he actually wants to have, right? So, I'm going through a thing where he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and then out of nowhere, they call for an impromptu voting session, right? Nobody said before that there's going to be rounds, that at some point the judges were just going to interject and say who they feel like is winning at that point. None of that shit, right? It just, out of the blue, that's what the fuck happened. Let's do a voting thing, right? So that's cool. So then, during his impromptu, let's see who's winning so far, one of the judges revealed that he wasn't sure what the topic was supposed to be debating. Like, okay, but he also revealed that he didn't even know what legacy meant, right? So one of the judges didn't know what legacy meant, which is the subject of the debate, and didn't even know the subject of the debate. So in the middle of me trying to figure this whole thing out, like what the hell, and like refocus this, all the other judges wanted to keep interjecting and telling me that I should just shut the fuck up and take it on the chin. And I'm like, okay, hold up. I don't mind sucking up and taking it on the chin as long as we understand what the hell debate we're having. That's cool. And through that back and forth, that took a minute. Everybody was unruly. I think at one point, Zone 6 was screaming at the judges because he didn't like the way that one of the judges was giving his score. He was like, okay, here's where this is the thing. Like, he started talking about, what it takes to win. Mind you, there was a session, sorry, I got a little bit ahead of myself. Because I got there late, I missed the part, and I found out about this later, right? When I got there, I missed the part where the judges spoke about what the debaters needed to do to get their vote, right? I missed that part. And Zone 6 said that we would revisit that part once all the judges came, right? But once the judges came, he didn't revisit it. The judges never told me what I needed to do to win their vote, right? That's fine. So Blood was telling me what I needed to do to get his vote and how I could have done better, like giving me pointers on the thing, which I don't know, is kind of typical for a boxing discussion. But for some reason, that was just enough. Like, me questioning the judges, Bud giving his opinion the way it was, Zone 6 blew up, scrapped the whole thing, and, I don't know, declared himself the winner, said I was full of shit, and I do this all over the internet and whatever, blah, blah, blah. They went into a whole bunch of personal attacks, whatever. I was like, cool, whatever. You know, he DQ'd, whatever. He had a temper tantrum. He scrapped the whole thing, took his and went home. I had a laugh about it. He seethed about it for a few hours. I went live. I did a live. I had a laugh about it, little laugh, and gave my perspective then about it. Called it dead zone. Called it good. Next day, I get an invitation. Jump on the live at Zone 6's. I do, and like I said, it was like Jedi and Toney, Blood was there, Boxologist. I'm not sure if Haplo was there that time or the time before. I don't know, whatever. It kind of blurs together. So at that point, they are trying to tell me, they're trying to gaslight me about, yeah, we said resume was on there. It's on the text thread. Because he's calling me full of shit, calling me a liar. By he, I mean Zone 6. Talking about these text messages that reveal that he showed the format and I knew exactly what was going to happen. If I had any questions, I should have posed them then. Whatever. Asking a question about format 10 minutes before the debate doesn't seem to be that big a deal. I don't know what the hell. It's not some sort of gotcha moment. Where you can't say, hey, we're going to do round voting and at any point we may just stop the debate to do judges, and that's up to the moderator, up to the judges, or up to me. Sure, I would have been like, okay, fine. I would have known, I would have said what I said, or I think I would have been fine with it. I wouldn't have cared. Because ultimately and honestly, it's just for like entertainment and education. It's not really like what the judges say, who won the thing. I've never been, I'm going to be blunt here. The judging in the YTBC has always left me a little bit flat, right? Like, I just like to let posterity do its thing. We can have a back and forth and let the people judge, right? Or like over time, and you can even look at your past performance and say, yeah, you know what? I could have done better here, there, this other places. Like, I'm not interested in this, I don't get very much out of like who won. I don't mind going around saying champion and like puffing chest out for some little like shit talking things, right? But between homies. But ultimately, I don't have a pep in my step at the grocery store because I'm the YTBC debate champ. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, for real, guys. Let's get some perspective. For anyone who may be thinking that, right? So anyway, they start telling me everybody can see that it says resume on the community tab and Zone 6 is correct. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe you're right. Maybe I just missed that part. I'll go to the thing and I'll read it. And I'm like, okay, I read it. It's not there. Yes, it is. Everybody can see it is. Toney reviews like swipe left. It's there. I'm looking at, so I swipe left. It's not there. I say it's not there. I ask them to put the screen on, put it on the full screen so everybody can see if it's there or not there. If it's me getting roasted on public in front of everyone, like you say, in HD, in the full color, in real time, whatever the hell your catchphrases are, let's get it on. You were fine doing that when it was when you had the legacy definition up, and I'm not even going to get there. Yeah, at some point during yesterday's thing, he pulled up legacy. Like I already did. I already had to define it for one of the judges who got it wrong. Then I had to do it again for him. Like, apparently nobody gives a fuck about what I'm saying. And that's cool. They don't have to on their platform. They can do whatever the hell they want. My voice is going to get heard uninterrupted and unadulterated, right? Because I got my own channel. I can do it this way. Get my voice out to the YTBC. We're all community members here. So, they can have their narrative and try to frame it however the hell they want. But what you'll see is, I think undebatable reality of the situation, right, is my man tried to hijack. He tried to ambush me. He tried to put me, do a bait and switch, right? Give me the banana in the tailpipe. I was aware of it. I was countering it nicely. Once he saw that shit wasn't going to work, they called for a, ad hoc fucking vote out of fucking nowhere. And then, once it was revealed that the judges didn't even know what the fuck was going on, declared himself a victor, and then scrapped the whole thing, right? So anyway, right, so I'm on there, swinging swords with these dudes. They're calling me a liar. I asked for evidence. Finally, somebody relents. I think it was Boxologist. Shout out to him. My man came out with his integrity intact. He apologized. He said he misheard me read it or something. Like when I read out the text, he said he misheard what I read, and he went back and read it himself. He saw that nowhere on there did it say it was a conversation about whose resume was the best. Nowhere, right? Or resume at all. But I understand how the resume informs legacy. That wasn't the issue. My issue was does a better resume equal better legacy? And I was about to start, and I already made that point, and I was ready to continue to hammer that point home over the rest of the 3 hours or however long the debate lasted, right? But anyway, so after I started busting those dudes up over their bullshit, boxing Jedi, talking about how it's there for everybody to see. Apparently he didn't read it. None of these people read it, right? And I didn't even know what the hell they were so hyped about, this fucking community page thing. But yeah, after listening to those dudes try to fucking gaslight me and fucking bully me on the panel, a bunch of grown ass men over the telephone, right, trying to bully me. Like if I was in your phase or 4v1, man, I'm not in. Like whatever. So anyway, they're doing the thing. I had enough of listening to them be full of shit, so I left. I went to one of another homies. I think it was Dick Justice. I went to his stream. And they started telling me how Boxing Librarian had done a whole live on me. And, like, you got to understand, like, Boxing Librarian said this the other day. In 2019, my man said that Jack Johnson was a duck. I said he didn't know shit about boxing. And then we did a top 10. He did a top 10 thing on his site, maybe like a week or two late after that. Maybe it was a month. I don't know. I don't remember the timeline. It was fucking in the summer of 2019. But anyway, not long after that, he did a thing on his page about the top 10 most underrated guys. And I had, I had put some of my people up there, and he took offense to my list. Or I don't know what the fuck his issue was. I don't really remember. But he went off. He did a whole fucking live. He got people on the thing. I think I had people like Harry Wills and Joe Gans and Tiger Flowers and Holman. Anyway, whatever. Just Charlie Burley. Anyway, not even important. Not even important. Maybe I had Ike Williams. But yeah, so this dude fucking arrested because he was, obsessed with Fritzy Zivic and Maxie Rosenblum and Harry Greb. I think he had hit the number one or something, most underrated or underappreciated, whatever, dude. He got over there and he brought a whole bunch of other people who, like, a couple of other homies I was having like a beef with. I'm not going to go into the nuances of that unless it comes up again. But anyway, he threw a whole fucking temper tantrum, did a whole ritual about fucking blocking me in 2019. And I fucking forgot about dude. Like, I did a video, I think it was my first video I ever did, was in response to him and the other homie who did some other shit, who joined him in their really just like, their absurd attack, right? Fucking megalomaniacs. Anyway, point being, I did a video. It was up for maybe a week or two. And through that video, I met EJ live, right? And then that's how I came across Zone 6 and Haplo and the Doc, the Fight Doctor, just a whole bunch of really cool people, I think, and, speak intelligently about the sport and knowledgeably, right? And like I said, I'm here to learn, educate, and entertain. That's really it. I'm not here to make friends. I have there's some people I've interacted with behind the scenes. I feel like I have like one friend that I met in the YTBC. And that's no disrespect to all of the people that I'm cool with. For real. Because I'm cool with a lot of people, but I'm also not cool with some people. And it's not because I'm not cool with them is because they're not cool with me. And that's it. You know, it is what it is. I'm good. I'm good. But, you know, other people have axe to grind or bones to pick, or maybe how I am is just antithetical or an anathema to how they are. It's all good. That happens. That happens in life. I am not tripping off of it. It's all good people. I have no enemies from my perspective. But I do have some people out there that love making videos trashing me, right? And Boxing Librarian is one of them. So when they told me did a whole live on it, I kind of laughed it off. He's already done this before. This might be the third or fourth live over 4 years this dude has done about me. What else? I think it's in good fun. Once he blocked me, I stopped giving him a fuck. I haven't gone back to his site. I haven't listened to his shit. If you block me, okay. Why should I listen to you? You want to talk about me but not to me? Do you, man? That's not the way that I roll. It's not the way I was raised. It's not something I value. And I'm not saying my value system is better than yours and mine is worse than yours. It is just different. That's it, right? So I didn't give a shit about that. And then, yeah, man, this morning. Oh, so before I went to bed, I missed a call from Zone. I was like, okay, cool. I'll call this dude in the morning, hash over whatever shit's going on. And then I got a text message that I missed from the dude, and he sent me Boxing Librarian's video with a text telling me that maybe I should change the way I debate because I'm pissing people off. Okay, all right. So that prompts me to make this video right here. All you guys can see Cope get a fucking support group together, suck your thumbs, assure yourselves that you are absolutely correct and I am the one in the wrong. I couldn't give a flying fuck. Understand me? I love your history lessons. I love the debates. I understand I can lose a debate by the judges, feel like I won, and maybe be exonerated or not by everyone else. It's not that fucking deep, bro. That's it. It's just a debate. But whatevs. You guys can get together, have a meeting of the Mutual Admiration Society, reassure yourselves that you are the pinnacle and you are the best and nobody can fuck with you, and anybody who even tries has to be something wrong with their character or their approach or their knowledge or whatever the fuck it is you think that you are superior in. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Whenever you actually grow a pair, instead of throwing temper tantrums and then throwing people off panels and blocking them, whenever you actually are mature enough to navigate a fucking conversation, come see me. It can be a debate or it can be just a discussion, and then we can see who knows what about what. All right? Until that mystical, magical, I hope everybody out there has a blessed and wonderful week. It's Memorial Day. I'm going to go hang out with the fam bam. I'm going to go burn one down, and I leave you as I found you, with peace. Peace.